Here, cannonball it. Go right back. And then one more of these right on top of cannonball. Cannonball coming. Cannonball coming.
No. Carl, can I have a drop? Just a drop. Myself. That's fine for me. That's good.
I don't know if he is in there already.
We're live.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sunday Sesh here at Gonzo Radio Network. I am so happy to be here. My name is Michael Cintron. This is number 2. I learned a little bit from the last time. Didn't get drunk earlier, but my guest did get a little fun. She had some mimosas. We'll go into that later, though. I love a guest who loves to party, so...
Oh my God, stop.
I know, it's going to be fun. Forward, though, I introduce my guest. Do want to thank Gonzo for letting me do this. Thank you, Gonzo. Woo! I also want to thank Dr. Peggy Chin for getting me approved to have a medical marijuana license. Yes, that's right.
Dr. Peggy!
I can smoke, and it's great. I had bad back problems, but thank you, Dr. Peggy, for approving me for medical marijuana, and now my back is A-OK when I medicate. So I may be hitting some pens here. I'm going to be at the Improv later, so definitely don't want to get too medicated. If you're out there, you're watching this live, come out. I'll be at West Palm Beach along with Chris Shepard and a couple other funny people. Woo, woo.
Up-and-comers show.
Up-and-comers, the new faces up in West Palm Beach. And then this Friday at Robot Brewing Company, we had a great show, the Best of Boca Comedy Show. This Friday, we're going to have Fresh Drunk Stoned right at the Robot.
What?
So, yes, right? Isn't that cool?
Matt Malik, Tim Hanlon, and Franco Harris.
Franco
in Boca?
Harris?
What?
Franco Harris? We got Matt Belloc and Tim Hanlon. And a couple other local guys as well. So definitely come out. It's geared for you guys who like to get fresh, drunk, and stoned. What? And I said drunk, but
Drunk.
that's why I can't drink anymore for a podcast. I also want to give a quick shout out to True Leaf, my favorite dispensary out there. You guys are awesome. Thank you, True Leaf. Hashtag True Leaf. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest this week. She's awesome. We got to go on a really great trip last year to Vegas, and she is a definite certified stoner. We were out on the floor. We were gambling out in Vegas, and she pulled out a joint and smoked it right in public. I was like, Sarah, you can't do that in public. You might get arrested. She was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm smoking this right here in Vegas because I'm in party mode. So without further ado, let's give a round of applause for our guest this week, Sarah Cutler, everybody.
Burst of light.
Sarah Cutler, she's on the podcast. Sarah Cutler, she's gonna talk some shit. What? Sarah Cutler, she's on the podcast. She doesn't know the questions gonna ask.
I have no clue what's going on.
I'm a little excited about this one, guys. I smoked some sativa earlier.
It's going to be so lit.
Please excuse my hyperness. So, Sarah, wanted to thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. We are alone now in the podcast room, so you never know what can go out there live on YouTube. definitely start sharing
no
this.
Open flame.
No open flames. Share this right now on YouTube. We may be flashing you, or I will. Anyway, Sarah, thank you for joining me. Wanted to ask you some questions, but first, I heard you had a great show this Friday.
I did.
Do you want to tell us about it, where it's at?
Sure. Okay, so last Friday, are you talking about the show I just did?
Yes, Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey. Okay, so that was yesterday. I had Saturday I was at Elizabeth Avenue, which was a really cute venue. It's basically like doing comedy and Urban Outfitters. It was adorable. My show is at Brass Monkey. I just took over the room. It is in Lake Worth. It is a very cute little sports bar, and we have the entire right side dining room area designated just for comedy. It's really cool.
It is a cool place. I've been there a couple of times. Do you want to tell us how you acquired this room and what inspired you to actually start hosting? But let's start with the first question. How did you guys start working the room and booking shows there?
Well, what I did was, actually Nick Gillard passed it over to me because he moved to Orlando and started working for Disney and couldn't give the room the promotion that it needed because he didn't live down here.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, and
he got a promotion for Disney?
I believe he's working for Disney now.
I can see him as Mickey Mouse. That'd be cute.
I'm pretty sure.
Nick Gillard's Mickey Mouse, y'all. We just found a secret.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's working for some sort of Disney thing. And Vital really doesn't like booking shows and hosting. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, I've been a host for, I don't know, probably like 6 years. Yeah, I don't even remember, but just looking at back some of the Facebook memories of the first shows, they are terrifying sometimes because I don't even know what I was doing. I'm just like shooting in the dark. And I've been watching how you did your first show. I appreciate a couple of things you did. One, you reached out to people that you know have done some shows and asked some valid questions. That's a key thing out there, comics. Don't be all ego in the head.
You don't want to be a hero.
You don't want to be a hero, damn it. Okay, you do want to be a hero.
Sales 101.
But a hero asks help sometimes, and you did. And you know what? You teamed up with Gonzo Radio Network. Because you know that, this man is a genius to produce. He's not in the room right now, but I'm going to mark out to you, Richard.
He's awesome.
It's like, don't call me Richard. It's Gonzo. It's Gonzo, damn it. Gonzo in the streets. Okay.
Gonzo in the streets.
In the streets. He's Richard in the sheets, but Gonzo in the streets. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but I feel like Richard is much more proper in bed.
Right, yeah, I think like in bed, he's a proper man. Right? He's a gentleman. I will lick your vagina, but very gently until you tell me otherwise.
No, I feel like that's a total bullshit.
Rah, rah!
Yeah, it's Gonzo.
It's ice cream. Oh man, I just don't tell anyone. Don't tell what I was just saying. He's back in the room.
He's back now.
React natural.
He's here. Too high for this.
No, this is fun. So, okay, you had a date earlier. I picked you. Wait, you were trying to finish your point? I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Okay, so hosting, it's a lot of work.
It is.
So I started hosting and taking over the Brass Monkey because, Nick couldn't give the room the production that it needed and all of that.
Yeah.
So I took it over because I live down here and I have the connection. I have the friends in the scene where I can, pull together. Yes, am I allowed to do this on the? Yeah,
you're allowed. You guys are allowed to do anything. I unfortunately am not allowed. I found out from legal advice since I am prescribed my medication. I can't be seen actually sharing other people my medication. But
Don't make eye contact.
If you guys want to medicate at home right now, pack a bowl. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get to know who Sarah Cutler is and what makes her tick. So. You're finishing, hosting is a hard job.
Yeah, it's really hard.
What did you figure out? What was the hardest thing that you didn't expect to happen on the show?
I didn't expect 3 comics to drop out.
Last minute, right?
Last minute. That was really hard. That was really hard. But, I learned from it, and I learned it's okay. You learn that you have to overbook a lineup because, personal things come up. And emergencies happen, situations happen. Like, I'm not blaming any of the people that dropped out by any means.
Things happen.
Like, things happen, people have other things. There were people that told me way in advance, and I had already made arrangements to replace them, but then there were people that told
And it's
you
a
know,
tough night. You know,
it
Saturday
was.
is a tough
It was
night.
my first show ever.
It's always a pinch.
It was not only was it a Saturday night, it was my first show ever at a new venue. I had the owner staring at me, watching me, and I walk in, and 3 people
Of course,
aren't
a lot of pressure. A
there.
lot of pressure.
But I mean, we pulled it together. It wasn't, I had a really good, strong crew of people. We had
That's
Michael
good.
Burke, we had Elaine Golden, we had
Ooh.
Elgin, and
Love
then-
Elgin.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
We had
cool.
Elgin, and we had Perry. Like, I mean, it was a great.
And Perry Sack can do an hour.
Yeah,
you
you
need
did
to.
52 minutes.
Yeah,
last
so, I mean,
night.
that guy is-
really good.
28 people in the dining room area.
It was, yeah. It
17
was 28. I thought it was 25.
Well, not counting the comics.
Oh, yeah.
And then there were.
Are you on mic? Get on the mic.
No, I
Okay.
don't want to be on the mic. I'm just giving
All
you
right.
information.
All right. Well, it seemed like for a first show, it was very successful.
It was very fun. I had
And
a
that's
really
good.
time.
I've had first shows where no one shows up,
No, I mean, like, it was a really
and it's
good.
scary. Your heart drops to your stomach.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I put all this work into this. This better pay off. This better pay off. This better pay off.
It's a rush, though, right?
Yeah, that was really cool. It was very.
Because like you're like, oh my God, is this gonna work? And then it works,
And
and,
it
everyone
works.
has a great time, and
Yeah.
Perry's killing it, and people walk out and they're like, oh my God, thank you guys so much, and that's where like you're on a high, right?
Because you want the show. This is what I learned from good hosts like you, and Brian's
Thank
a
you.
great host. And
Brian is a great host,
He's a
Brian
great host.
Cornado.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Cornado.
Great host. But you have to start it. You have to start it, and then it has to go up. Like, it can't start at the top and then go downhill. It has to be a steady build. So you have to have the host, and then the guest, and then the feature, and then the headliner, and that has to be the climax of the show.
Right.
It has to progress. There has to be a progression.
No, I agree. I agree.
So-
So and I think we talked. I'm gonna be on a future one pretty
Yeah,
soon,
yeah,
so
you're
that's
gonna be
cool.
headlining for me
And I was saying
pretty soon.
you were out there, Mr. Gonzo is. I think it was a smart move on her part to team up with you guys
Hell
to
yeah, that's what
make
we were
sure
talking
everything
about
was
before you
good.
came back in.
Get a big dummy to bring the sound system.
You're not a big dummy. You're so awesome.
You're like anything, and ladies know this. It's one thing when a guy has a big sound system, but does he know how to use it?
You have the coolest little. Okay, so he's got 2 speakers, and
Yeah.
then
Passport.
That's nice. Very nice.
you know what it looks like? It like
Yeah,
all
Fender's a
snaps.
good,
It's
good
a
make.
$700 set. You
It's a
said.
suitcase.
That's cool. Those
It's
are
cool.
so conveniently smart for
That was
shows.
really
Off the
cool.
sides.
You could do guerrilla comedy shows like that, you know?
Yeah, I got there. Gonzo had already set everything up. I mean, it
That's
was.
what I call things like that when you just like you have your own
So
stuff.
good.
It's like click, click, click. All right, we do it right here. We'll do it,
was
and we'll do it in the
great.
corner right over there. You want us
He
to do it
brought-
outside?
He brought me up. I was telling my friend Nathan in the car on the way home. I was like, I thought it was so cute that you introduced me while the mic stand was still short. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Okay, the mic stand was short, and Gonzo was standing over, and he goes,
That is
"So I'm
cute.
not the one who's going to be hosting this." And then
That's awesome.
It was really cute.
That is adorable.
And you're gonna see obviously why this is like this right now. So I need you to put your hands together.
You know, and this is an idea for you guys because I know you have some great equipment. Maybe tape the shows, not put them live, obviously, because some
live
comics,
streaming.
well, I would say maybe not live stream because some comics may, unless they're cool with that, some comics may not want it.
Right.
But tape it because if they have a great set,
Then
you packed out
post
the
it.
show, you can be like, here, I have your set. If you want to charge
That's
them
good, yeah.
$20,
I don't want to charge them.
or
I don't want to be a dick.
well, you know what? Maybe not charge them, but that's like even icing on the cake. You do a great set of my show.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to have a microphone? I got a microphone.
There you go.
Okay, I've had this idea of live streaming comedy shows, live streaming everything, live streaming professional wrestling,
Right.
Live streaming comedy shows, live stream your cover band playing a fucking pool hall, live stream all that shit.
Right.
Build a channel and just shovel content on it, like the Gonzo Radio Network.
That's
Right.
what you want
So
to
yeah,
Well, I like stuff
live
like
stream
this.
that
This is
shit.
cool live.
I would like to get a lineup of 6 comics
Yeah.
that
That
are
are
like,
solid.
fuck yeah, I want to live stream
Right.
that shit. Everybody do 10 minutes. Give me an hour of that shit.
Yeah.
I think if
I'll
you
put
know
three
I would
cameras
love
on it.
that.
if you know right off the bat it's live, then it's cool. I hate when I show
And
up
I
at
think
shows
the
and they spring it on you. And I've been at shows
Yeah.
where you show up and they go, "Hey, we're gonna live stream this," and I'm like, "Well, I wanted to work on new stuff. I'd rather you not live stream
Yeah.
this." I also hate when I'm doing robot and there are people in the audience. I've told people, "Hey, turn that off."
Yeah, don't.
Because they'll start
record
live
me.
streaming some of the amateur acts, and it's like
Right. It's not fair.
it's not fair. This
It's
is
like, I mean,
a
I
working
personally wouldn't use Robot as a workshop room for me per se,
Right.
because you pack that room gets really fucking packed. I'll be
Thank you.
honest. You only give me like, or I'm saying me as a comic, 5 minutes. So I want to do proven stuff at the Robot.
Right,
I'll do workout stuff at a room that's designated to workout stuff. So backstage gets packed, but that's the kind of room that you want to work on stuff.
I feel like, I love backstage too on Mondays.
It's a great room.
Jackie Sanchez.
Yes.
We're going to try to get her in here. Shout out to Jackie Sanchez.
That's a great room. So is Banyan. Even Banyan's a good room to work stuff out.
Banyan's a great one.
That's a really cute little.
I like Dada.
invited her first.
I'll get her in here, Gonzo. Don't
She's
worry.
awesome.
We'll trap her in here. She'll do my show first, and then she'll do your Sunday show.
No, you just gotta lure her in with weed.
We'll just we'll just keep her stuck here smoking out. It'll be fun.
Well, no, hang on. Okay, let me grab the mic again.
Just grab the mic next to you.
Serious
You want to
business,
jump
though.
on the show?
You saw on social media she had a little anxiety attack with the improv gig.
Yeah, that's why you got to keep her stoned as fuck.
Well,
Not too stoned,
I mean,
'cause then she gets
if
like-
I do have her on the Gonzo radio show, she and Lisa could probably do an hour about anxiety. So.
Right.
Correct.
No, it'd
I
be great.
love her.
No, not
Correa,
Lisa.
no,
Correa.
Lisa, my co-host.
Oh.
I would love to have Lisa Correa on.
I was gonna say,
Lisa
Lisa
aink
Correa
doing this.
basically
She looks at me like, who the fuck
adopted
are you?
me as a
Yeah.
comedy child. When I hear Lisa,
All right,
I
I'm going
think
to go away now. It's your show.
I immediately am so fucked up.
It's cool. So here's some questions I had for you, Sarah. I was thinking about it. I want to know, so were you born here in Boca?
I was not born in Boca. I was actually born in a podunk town called Cooper City, Florida. It's just outside of Davie.
Okay.
We just got a Sweet Tomato and an ice skating rink.
Sweet Tomato and the ice skating rink outside of
Shout
Davie.
out to Cooper City High School. Actually,
Cooper City in the
I didn't
house.
go there, but Anastasia Pavlinskaya went there and knows my cousin.
Oh, wow. Small
Yeah.
world.
Knows my cousin.
Small world.
Shout out to Cooper City High School that I didn't go to.
Yeah.
Super shitty high school.
Right. So you stood down. So
I moved to Boca, but I basically grew up here. I probably moved here when I was 5, and my bat mitzvah was in Boca.
yeah.
Like all of that. So I mean, yeah, but I'm not.
So when did you move to Boca? I'm sorry.
When I was 5, probably.
okay.
I had stayed in.
So you're like a Bocaite.
Yeah,
pretty
but I'm
much.
not like a cunt.
What?
Use my language.
No, you're not a cunt. You're totally not a cunt. I love that language though. That's great. All right, cool. So you're.
Sorry.
That's Gonzo. Everybody, give it up for Gonzo.
my weed, my stoner cough. My stoner cough. Oh yeah.
And then my thing went out. So anyway, gonna keep this lovely.
Good. I don't want to see
train running
myself.
around.
We were watching ourselves.
It was fun.
That
It was fun.
really-
And you know what? We're already at 16 minutes. It's so great.
That's
Great
great.
episode. Look at the ego on you people.
I know. It's doing great. I'm moving along. I learned a
just know how
lot.
to talk. I just talk.
You do
Just
talk a lot. It should
babble.
make this a lot easier.
I babble. I
And
don't talk
yeah.
about nonsense.
felt like Charlie last week was just like, what?
no.
I got him too high. He was drinking.
This is me all the time.
He's like, yeah, I grew up in Boca.
You look like you were asking him physics questions, and she was like, huh? I know.
I was like, did you have? I was like, did you have friends, Charlie? He's like, kinda. I mean, I
I
guess.
love getting Charlie stoned.
I was like, all right, all right.
He was in the car on the way to Elizabeth Ave, and he goes, I just hung out with Cintron and saw Endgame. I'm
Yeah.
so high.
Yeah, and then I saw him later that night. This is how good this pen is, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be careful. I'm using the Crumble. It's 81% THC. It's perfect for me. Maybe not for everybody. Can't share it though, not on camera at least. And it's delicious. The thing about Crumble, it will knock you on your ass. I gave some to Charlie off camera, and because he needed a backache. And we went to go see Avengers, and then he went to go do comedy, and then he went to come to my show. And at 12 o'clock, mind you, I got him high at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 12 o'clock Saturday morning, in the morning, he's still high. He's like, Cintron, you have fucked me up all day long. I couldn't even think. I was at Elizabeth Station. I'm still fucked up.
Yeah, no, like literally in the car.
So, got to be careful with these guys.
He was in the car. It was me, him, and Jesse, and we all carpooled to Elizabeth Ave. And he just like was just staring. He was like, I asked him if he wanted to hit him my joint. He was just like, Cintron got me so high. It's like, Charlie, you're zooted.
You are fucked up, Charlie.
Zooted.
He was like, oh my God, I feel like Spider-Man's jumping out of the screen right now.
I feel like Spider-Man jumping out of the screen right now.
Oh, all right. So second one I wanted to ask you is, So we learned so you're Florida. You've been born and raised.
Born and raised.
You don't find a lot of native Floridians.
No, very rare. You are, yes.
Oh, Richard Gonzo is a native Floridian.
Yes.
I'm from New York, so thank you for allowing me to come to your state.
You're welcome.
Second one, what is a fuckboy?
What is a fuckboy?
What do you define a fuckboy to be?
The Urban Dictionary defines a fuckboy as a weak-ass bitch who ain't shit.
Okay, I like that. And how do you spot a fuckboy? What are some signs?
Some signs. Snapbacks indoors, except for Sean Mullins. He's cool. He gets a pass. I actually, the first time I ever met Sean Mullins, I had no idea who he was. And this was like probably my first month of doing comedy, and I was trying crowd work because I was a fucking moron. And I called him out for being a fuckboy and wearing a hat indoors and skinny jeans.
Wow.
And the day after, he was at Nippers, and he goes, "Hi, my name's Sean. You called me out for being a fuckboy yesterday." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." And I hugged him.
I gotta tell you, on Friday we had the best of Boca, and I was running the door in the beginning.
I was gonna show up to that. I was so tired.
It's okay. Don't worry.
But everyone was like, "You would have gotten stage time." I was like, "Yeah, but I was so tired."
It was definitely the first show was so packed. A lot of people coming in. Across the street, there's a Best Western, and I kept hearing someone screaming like, ah. And someone online is like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've been hearing that." And they're like, "Is that one of the comics?" Because if that is, we don't want to come to the show. And I was like, no, it's not one of the comics. And then one of the other comics goes, next to me goes, "Oh, I think that's Sean Mullins." So I'm like, is Sean Mullins really across the street screaming at people that are coming into my show? Because he runs comedy shows out there, right? So I'm thinking he has showed up to my show to sabotage the Best of Boca Comedy Showcase by screaming at patrons. Like, they're doing stuff like that. And I look at Sean, he comes up to say hi, and I'm like, "Hey, man, buddy, you mind not screaming at people? Like, you're freaking some people out. Do you mind? I like you, kid. You're a good guy, but can you not scream at the people?"
21, didn't he?
Just turned 21.
He's such a baby.
He's a baby face. He looks at me, he goes, okay. All right, no problem. And he, like, walks away. And then, we're still getting people in. The show hasn't started yet. The show's about to start. And he's sitting next to me, and all of a sudden I hear the scream again. But I realize it's across the street. It was a crazy homeless crackhead person. It wasn't Sean Mullins.
You thought he was trying to sabotage.
I was like, I put my shoe
sabotage
in my mouth that day, Sarah. I just was like, ugh. I went over, I apologized, and I was like, I thought you were the crazy guy screaming across the street.
Fort Lauderdale comedy coming to sabotage Boca's Best.
I'm like, why would you do this to me? I get that you do. I get you got your own, like, stuck smiling shit, but you don't gotta fucking hate on my shit, bro. But he wasn't. He wasn't even doing.
I'm so excited. It's a really cool.
It is a cool hat.
It's a really
Shout out
cool
to
hat.
Stuck Smiling. Go find him. Get a hat.
They
Sean Mullins,
donate
find
money
him.
for
He doesn't scream at
charity.
comedy shows.
He doesn't scream. He's a really good person.
He's a good man.
He's a very good man.
All right.
Is that as close to controversy this fucking comedy scene comes to? You guys are so nice to each other.
I'm not gonna.
And mostly professional.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're learning. Now you're learning, brother.
Yeah.
You're learning that, I mean, we're all good people, but sometimes
Yeah.
people fuck up.
People fuck up.
And
But he's
I
not a
have
screaming
listen.
homeless
I go
person.
see a therapist. Okay, so I have paranoia issues, anxiety issues. I literally thought, and I'll admit to it. I thought this kid came down to be diabolical, a sinister, and he's never proven to be otherwise than a sweetheart. So that's why I smoke weed. That's why I smoke weed. It keeps me cool.
Dude,
Wait, doesn't smoking weed make you paranoid?
It has an opposite effect on
No,
me,
it has.
Gonzo.
It literally makes my anxiety go bye-bye.
Because, when I was sober for 9 months, woo!
I would be a cynical I still am a cynical
Going
fuck.
to dark thoughts.
I
All right.
am a cynical fuck without weed, but I would be an even more cynical fuck. Like it would
All right.
Questions.
I appreciate that. We're going to get into why you smoke weed.
Oh, boy.
What strains you like. What's your favorite? All that good stuff. But first, I want to know
okay.
a little bit about the comedy. What made you want to get into stand-up comedy?
What made me want to get into stand-up comedy? Okay. Well, I did a lot of theater when I was younger.
Okay.
I
So you have acting theater
yeah.
experience?
My mom shoved me in theater classes when I was, 5, and I did that.
What was your first play you were in?
Oh God, I can't even remember. We did a bunch of like really
Damn.
amateur stuff until I've done so many. That
I would
can't
always
even-
remember my first
I
play. I
couldn't
gotta be
even
like,
remember I was 5. I don't even.
oh, you were
remember. I was
5? Wow.
I was 5. I was young.
shit, you've been doing this for like your whole
Young.
life.
I've been literally. I was a competitive cheerleader for 10 years. I did
Okay.
that. I did band.
Man, I'm sweating in here. Okay.
I did that. I did
I love
band.
it though.
I
It's passion. No, I feel good. It's
did musical theater. Yeah, that's that Latin.
it's that passion, man.
That
When I
Latin
get
passion.
no, it's a good sign.
But
Gonzo.
Papa Molly, I'm sweating.
No, you're
but
good.
yeah,
You're
no,
good.
I
You're
did
good.
theater, and the last, the big ones I did Hairspray, I did Tech for Rent, I was in Sweet Charity, and I was in Grease. So
Okay.
Grease was the last show I did.
That was like the big one, Grease.
Hairspray was the biggest one I ever did because I was.
I
the
can see you in
lead.
Hairspray.
Yeah, I was the lead. I gained like 15 pounds for that role. So that.
Oh, so you did like what that was? That a girl that did that in the
Tracy
movie?
Turnblad, yeah. Well, Nikki Blonsky.
I know
is the
that
leader.
John Travolta went drag
He
in
put
that
a
movie.
fat suit on
Yeah,
for that.
he was
But
the mama.
I didn't want to wear a fat suit on stage, so what I literally did was I gained. That's the weight I just lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like you're like the Christian
gained-
Bale
I lost
of
the-
high school plays.
No, I was a method actor. Like I put on like a lot of.
Daniel Day-Lewis over here.
I put a lot of weight on. Well, I got paid for that. Like
Oh,
I
that's
got paid
cool.
a lot of money for those shows. But,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, I was young. I was in high school, like just out of high school. I
Yeah.
was like 19, making $600.
So you're doing the shows.
It
You're
was
like
cool.
you're
Yeah.
acting, and then
And then I stopped. So after Grease, I had broken up with a boyfriend, and I just stopped because I started working in insurance. I
was
started-
that boyfriend a comedian?
No,
Okay.
no. I stopped acting back when I was 21.
Okay. Okay.
This is.
So you stopped a couple of years.
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
see like a stand-up special, or was there?
I was living with Kerrigan.
Oh, okay. So
was living with
Kerrigan,
Kerrigan.
I know Kerrigan. I'm gonna get her on the show. Kerrigan McCoy. Street name is Cardigan. Shout out. She killed it Friday
Matt
night.
Belloc gave her that nickname at
Matt
the Olive
Belloc
Garden 'cause they
from Fresh
both
Drunk
worked
Stones.
there.
So Cardigan will be on here soon. But so you're seeing your roommate. She's having a good time. She's
Well,
doing good
yeah.
things.
And
You
I
probably
was-
saw her at a couple of shows.
Yeah, so I would go to Buddha,
Yeah.
and I would watch her, and I was like,
Now
well,
robot.
now robot. I'll still call it Buddha.
It's okay. It's always Buddha in
It's
the
always
heart.
Buddha right here, but heart's here. Heart's here. Okay, but yeah, so I'm not gonna do that on camera.
Don't do that.
All
I
right.
could do that.
So yeah, so I saw Kerrigan doing this, and I said to myself, it's not gonna be easy. Comedy's not fucking easy. Writing is not easy, but I think I can do it
Yeah.
because I have the motivation
cool.
and the drive. Because I put 15 years of my life into theater. I think I can put 15 more into comedy.
Yeah.
Like
and so
it's a craft,
Yeah.
If it's something that you're passionate about. I'm not really passionate about theater anymore because it's not really me, because I have to be typecasted.
Right.
I couldn't walk onto a director's set with a bunch of tattoos and a septum piercing and expect to get a role in Grease.
Totally.
anymore.
Yeah, you would have to
I
cover all
couldn't do
that
it.
up.
I'd have to cover it all up.
Yeah.
I'd have to. I couldn't do it, and I.
Well, I mean, Megan Fox. She used to get roles, and not anymore.
Right. But I mean, like, the
What's her name?
roles- I'm too short to play any like sexy.
Love that
I
girl.
know I would rather.
Margot
be funny.
Robbie.
I would
Margot
rather-
Robbie's got a bunch of tattoos. I didn't even know that.
She's so hot.
Because you see her in that movie, Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
butt naked, and she got no tattoos on.
Yeah, well, you gotta cover them
But
up
yeah,
with
yeah,
airbrush.
that's what
I
they do.
mean,
They
That's what
airbrush
they do.
it.
I mean, I would do it, but like, I don't want to have to hide who I am. I would rather just be who I am. And
Man,
be
be that
funny.
dude that airbrush Margot Robbie. Oh, could pay me 2 cents an hour for that.
And I would still do it.
Getting paid with my eyes. All right.
$12.5 million a picture. You think you cover him up? Yeah.
You could do it. Anyway, so okay.
I'm actually
So
Eskimo sisters with her.
just to wrap up that
Shout out.
last one, you saw Kerrigan. She
Yes,
inspired
yes,
you.
Yes.
What was your first open mic?
First open mic was Nippers. Actually, it was Nippers. Chris Shepard was hosting. He
that's
hosted
terrible.
my comedy anniversary.
Well, Chris
this
Shepard is
year.
a great host.
He's a great host. He's hosting again the New Spaces show.
He's gonna
Right.
be here tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes,
see him.
at the Improv. Whoop, whoop. But what was he saying? So he hosted my first ever show. I guess it wasn't really a show. I don't know what it was. I
Your
didn't know what-
showcase. You were like,
yeah, it was
were
a
you?
showcase. I wasn't booked.
Was it an open mic?
I don't know,
'Cause it's
but I
usually a
was allowed
showcase
up.
there.
I was allowed up.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I put together like 5 minutes. Chris has known me since high school, and
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really want to
Oh,
do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, I've known Chris. We used to go to like heavy metal shows. I've known Chris
That is
forever.
hilarious. Yeah.
But I just basically went up to him. I was like, hey, I was really uncomfortable about it too. I was like, hey, I've been working on this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any good. I just.
That's
I
awesome.
Yeah. So I literally went up there drunk and I read off of my phone, but I did it. And I didn't stare at my phone, but I read off of my phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to put the mic back in the stand, so I just dropped it on the stool and walked off. And then Chris Shepard hosted my comedy anniversary this year.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it already.
That's
a
amazing.
year, and it flew by, and I don't
It's a
even
year, you know?
where it
Time
went.
flies
And it's
by.
I have a room now.
Yeah.
And
Now you
it's
have
cool.
now you just started your room, so that is really cool. We'll touch on that. So comedy's rolling along. Trish Shepard, first host, and Nippers was the first spot. I think that's pretty. Oh, and who's a famous comic that influences
Oh, Natasha Leggero.
you? Okay.
I love her.
Would have never guessed.
Oh man, I love her. My inspirations are Fran Drescher, Midge Maisel.
Midge Maisel.
Midge from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, she's okay.
I love her. Well, she's
That's-
not really
that's
a
a
comic.
fake comic.
She's like a comedy, just aesthetically.
Yeah.
I just her mannerisms
Okay.
are just so cute.
I'm not gonna count that one.
No,
I want a
don't.
real comic. I want someone.
Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher
I think
is
she's
good.
hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
Natasha Leggero.
Natasha Leggero good.
Both of them, I think, are really funny. Sarah Silverman.
Sarah
I think, is
Silverman, that's a
fucking-
good one.
Sarah Silverman, I think,
Well,
is so.
I mean,
Down
if I
to
say she's
earth.
underrated,
Yes, very underrated.
people will be like, "Well, she's famous, but she should be so
She's
much
so
more
much
famous than
No,
she should be."
is brilliant.
I mean-
I loved her in Wreck-It Ralph. I watched that on acid
Great.
and cried my eyes out.
That's one I can
was
definitely
really
jump on you
emotional
with.
during Wreck-It Ralph, and I don't know why.
I have a big crush on Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, I do too, and she was really cute and Vanellope. I was very into that.
So beautiful.
I was like, yes. I was like, you were so snarky.
Sarah Silverman, if you ever see this and
Yeah,
you want to date Mike
seriously.
Cintron, I'm here for you.
I'll date you. You want to be Sarah squared?
There you go. I like that.
We're both Jewish, baby.
Cutler and Silverman.
It could be hot.
That's it. All right. So the last one. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they been here or not?
I mean, how would you explain Stonehenge?
How do you explain Stonehenge?
You wouldn't be able,
Do you think giants?
This
maybe
is when
made
I tuned.
Stonehenge?
This is when I tuned in last week when you were talking to Charlie, and I think that they've been here, but I think that I feel like we would exploit them too much. I
Right.
feel like my stone mind goes to we would capture one and exploit them for science.
Oh, totally. I think aliens know
And
right
I
off
think
the
that they're
bat.
very self-aware, but I think that there is an outer. So I think we're a very small blip
Yeah, totally.
in the grand universe of things.
In our galaxy alone, they think there's a billion planets out there that
Exactly.
might have life on it.
And Earth is just this.
Just in the
tiny-
Milky Way galaxy alone.
Just think about it.
Humanity thinking that they are the only sentient life.
Yeah.
In the fucking universe.
Right.
Fuck you.
That's pretty crazy. That's a crazy thought.
The president of the United States of. I shouldn't say that.
It's a crazy thought.
You're a tiny blip in the.
And then when you look on the map of the Milky Way, what they assume, because I'm sure they can't
The Earth
really.
is mostly water.
We're off on one of the arms.
If you look at a
We
globe.
have all these other arms going around.
If you look at a globe.
Cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Look at a globe. It's mostly blue. The Earth is 70% water. People cannot sustain themselves on water unless they're living on a fucking shack boat.
Exactly.
So
Have you seen
it's
Waterworld?
People aren't that. There was life here before people. There will be life here after people.
Exactly.
Humanity is not going to sustain itself.
Do you think dinosaurs were around when
Yes.
the humans were?
When the humans were, no.
Okay.
I think that the big boom. That's what killed the dinosaurs, right?
No, there was a comet
There was
that
a comet
came
that came in and destroyed the asteroid.
Right. It was a lot of dark
Or
for
the Big
long
Bang,
years.
right? It was something.
No, the
along-
Big Bang Theory
Is that
is
something else?
the universe was just a small point of light,
Okay.
and some triggered it to explode.
Okay, so that was a different. That
And
made
that
the
was
universe.
the universe as
okay,
what
so
it
the
is.
asteroid. So the comet
Which they
came
believe
down
is
and destroyed the
it's
dinosaurs.
still growing.
right.
The
I
root of quantum theory. But anyway.
I think
Right.
that it was. I think primates and dinosaurs were probably around at the same time.
Humanoid primates.
Humanoid primates.
Right.
But I think.
Would you have sex with a humanoid primate, by the way?
I-
If they were as smart as us, and he's a real charming dude. I mean, basically a really hairy guy I'm talking about.
can't-
Super
I
hairy.
mean, even I'm starting to get used to hairy dudes again. I dated a dude that was hairless. Going from that is it's a very different. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think.
Okay.
I couldn't.
All right,
not
so-
a humanoid. Not a humanoid.
All right.
I would fuck the shit out of Tyrion Lannister. I would fuck that. I would go
humanoid
up on
monkeys,
Tyrion Lannister.
no. Midgets and dwarf little men.
I would fuck the
Yes.
shit out of Tyrion. Tyrion
You know,
Lannister can go up on me anytime.
I will show you a dwarf little person. I don't want to be disrespectful because I've been called the mean names.
4'10".
Right. You know, but if anybody's out there, you know, I'm not trying to be rude, but there's this hot little lady on my Facebook. She's in New York. She's got to be like 25. But the cutest little thing.
Go fly out.
She's so hot. I think she has like suitors and stuff in New York. See,
Gentlemen
New York has such a different state of mind that it's not all about, like, down here in South Florida, we live by the beach, so everything is all about how hot do I look with my clothes off. In New York, yeah, there's something about that, but there's also like a style and a presence and like
It's more about personality. It's
your
your aura.
personality,
It's
your
your aura.
aura, like, you know,
It's more
your confidence. Women
Yeah.
like feed off of that up there. So
Well, yeah, because they want that big macho chain. That's
Yeah.
why you had your chain. That's what they want. Go up there with your chain.
hey, listen, okay?
Listen.
I bought this
capiche?
off a crackhead for $20. Turns out to be real gold. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put
Bada
that
bing,
back.
bada boom.
All right,
Okay?
so
You're inner Italian.
you believe in aliens? That's
I
good.
do.
Let's go into marijuana real quick because we are, you know, we're doing great. We're at
I'm
30
a
minutes right now. We're at
talkative
35, so this is great. We'll wrap it up. So marijuana, real quick. You love it. How often do you smoke?
Every day, all day.
Every day. Is it going good? I mean, I feel like we're. Are people
is
watching?
probably-
Have people been talking to us, by the way, or no?
No, it's just me. I'm
Oh.
the one in the chat room.
Really?
saying
Oh.
all kinds of shit.
Oh, okay. That's
I'm
cool.
having fun. Want to go?
Yeah.
Good.
No problem.
I'm having fun.
So no one's watching. Okay.
That's fine. I'm
Listen,
having fucking fun.
You guys get the second most amount of views on the fucking network. Okay?
Right. Right. I saw that.
I'm moving the sports show to Sundays because Sundays is sports day.
Yeah.
I'm having fucking fun.
You know what? They'll see this later.
They'll
This will
see
be.
this later. I
This
don't
will be
care.
a time capsule
will.
of how
You know
awesome.
what? When we become famous,
Right. We'll be like, remember that first interview we
and
did?
then when we're meeting Sarah Silverman, we're gonna show
my
her this
God.
podcast.
You're so right. I
that
love
was
it.
a really bad high five. Hold on.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Key to the
Oh.
first high five is stare at the elbow.
There you go.
Elbow.
I take that back. The Sunday Sesh is the number one rated and viewed program on the Gonzo Radio.
Number 1 viewed, rated, 7 likes. I think that was what I saw last time. It's all about you guys out there. Keep telling us. Let us know. Comment, share, whatever you
Like,
say.
subscribe. That's what YouTubers say. My sister taught me that one.
Maybe next
Now,
week I'll
the
smoke
Gonzo
more weed
Radio
for
show
you.
wasn't on last week because YouTube fucked it up and probably snatched it down for copyright violations.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Don't say that. They
love
are
you, YouTube.
streaming.
Big brother.
I love
They're
you, YouTube.
they might, the aliens.
I know, right?
The
I'm like-
YouTube aliens.
We will shut. Okay. So you smoke how often?
I smoke all day, every day, if I can.
Like, would you say like 5 times a day?
That's bare minimum.
When was the first time you smoked weed?
I was 14 or 15.
Who introduced you to marijuana?
Oh, God. Her name was Maddie Gidseg.
Okay.
We were friends in high school. We've since lost touch, unfortunately.
How did it go
Live.
down? She was like, "Come over to my house. I have a joint."
I had what happened? Oh, I had a really shitty just time in high school. My parents were going through a divorce.
Ooh.
I dated this guy that was sleeping with a girl who I thought was my friend.
Yummy.
And I was just like, screw this. I'm going to go try to get high. And that was like the best. It was sour diesel.
Fix that.
It's the best decision I ever fucking made. Because I feel like I'm just much more, like the anxiety went away. I'm much more vocal. I kind of, because I told Gonzo this morning, I'm an introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
Where
I think we all are. in some
I
degree.
forced myself to go out and network for comedy. Like if I had it my way, I would be in bed with a blunt and my cat
Yeah.
until I died. But you can't sustain.
Then I get bored. Like I have moments where I
can't
fantasize
sustain
about
like that.
and I get bored because like
You need to do things.
I had weekends like that where I'm like I just want to like
Right.
Netflix and get high
And
and
do
I want to
nothing.
talk. I'm gonna turn my phone off. I get like 7 hours in and I'm like I'm fucking bored. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call people. Like
Yeah, you just, I mean, you gotta do it, but then you gotta,
That's a good sign. Though.
yeah.
yeah, like you don't
Because I think
wanna,
if you stay there, then you're depressed.
you don't want to be doing it all the
Right.
time, but you also, need to take a step back and
Yeah. Need your own time.
reevaluate you need
Little
to reevaluate
meditation.
your life.
I
Exactly.
did that yesterday morning. Went to the beach, had a
Exactly.
great time.
So that's what I did, this morning and yesterday. I kind of, smoked and clean. Yesterday I smoked and cleaned, and that was really nice. And that
What's
was
your
fun.
favorite, sativa or indica?
Indica.
Indica, why?
Indica because, well, I told you in the car, my favorite strain is Gorilla Glue because it makes you feel like a goddamn gorilla, and then you're glued to the couch.
That's what this lady said at the dispensary. I was
I
like, "Are you sure this is
love
gonna be good?" She's like, "Yeah,
Gorilla
it's
Glue
in
is
the
my
name.
favorite.
First, it's gonna make you feel like a gorilla,
And then
and
you're
then you're gonna feel
glued.
the glue." And she was like
She
a
a
heavy.
sassy black lady.
Yes, she was kind of heavy set, so
I
it
love
kind of
it.
was like.
Oh my
I
god, it's like
wanted to-
every meme that I love.
I wanted to laugh my ass off because I was like, "Man, I'm being super racist right now," but she was a sweetheart, and she was right. I loved it, and I go
That's
to
my
her.
favorite strain.
She's my favorite person to deal with over there.
At True Leaf. Oh, I love her. I want to meet her.
She is. She's a sweetheart.
On date day.
You tell her what you're looking for. She's like,
Dispensary day.
"Listen here,
Bring
sugar."
a friend day. That's what it's called, right? I don't know why I called it date day.
Anytime you want.
Bring a friend.
We could do a date day. All right.
Yeet.
I think that was really it. Do you have a weird pot story you want to tell me
Weird.
about?
I have a weird cross-faded story.
What happened?
I was 16, and the craziest thing I ever did was I was fucked up on the beach with my high school friends, Akash
Yeah.
and Heather Smythe, who I'm still friends with. She actually came to see me at the Buddha a couple of months ago, which was really sweet.
Yeah.
And I pierced my belly button on Palmetto Park Beach.
Okay.
And I still have it pierced, and it didn't get infected, and it was with a professional piercing kit. And
Yeah.
I just remember Akash being like, "So I'm a little nervous about this. So is it okay if I drink a little bit of vodka before I pierce your belly button?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
I'll tell you mine.
Musking.
So I was smoking with a bunch of dudes, right? And we were like hitting the bong, and one dude went out to the bathroom, and there was a cup there that had like a little bit of like soda left, but like very little. And so like I was coughing so much I had to spit, so I hocked a big loogie
Oh, no.
in the cup.
Oh, no.
And the kid came
Oh,
back
no.
and he drank
Oh,
the
no.
cup.
Oh,
And
no.
he was like, I was like, "Dude, I just spit up in that." He was like, he vomited all over himself. And I learned you always, like, when you do that, don't put it back
That
there.
reminds me.
Let someone
of-
know. You just use that as a spittoon. I use someone's drink as a spittoon.
I just rewatched American Pie, and it was the one where
I just made Gonzo throw up over here.
I actually used to live with a guy who would throw up on cue if you made barfing noises, and it was the most incredible thing. And he was gay, so I would do it all the time because I would be like, "Is that what you do when you're sucking dick?" It was really funny. But anyways, so where was I? Stifler. So I was watching American Pie, and someone jizzed in a cup, and Stifler drank the beer.
Oh my God! Yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah. No, I never did that.
That was funny.
That'd be messed up though.
Yeah, that was really fucked up. I was like, but it's like you're sitting there and you're like, "Good, you're a scumbag."
Yeah.
I got in trouble for using that word today.
Really?
Yeah. I said, did you
What?
see what I sent in the group chat?
No.
Okay, so this morning, a dude who I matched with on Tinder back in 2017's baby mama
Okay.
added me on Snapchat and started messaging me. And at first, like, I got the ad and I was like, great. Like, he like basically asked me to borrow money back in 2017 and then ghosted me.
Right.
So I was like,
Does that
great.
happen a lot? Do you get ghosted sometimes?
I mean, I used to back in the day.
Yeah,
but
I get
like,
ghosted all the time.
I became the fuckboy slayer.
Yeah, you are the fuckboy slayer.
I am the fuckboy slayer.
Spot him.
Oh, hail.
All right. Well,
But-
I did see your new suitor that's trying to. I'm not trying to put it out. Sorry if I went a little early. So it's early. It's early in the relationship, but I
There's
think
nothing.
he's a great guy.
He's very
You
sweet.
should give him a chance.
I-
He's a funny dude. Wink, wink. That's right. Now everyone out there is going to be thinking, is it a comic? Is it
No,
not a comic? We're going to
not.
leave it out there for
We're
that.
not. We don't.
It's going to be a Scooby-Doo mystery.
As far as everyone knows,
Point the
it's
dots during
my
this whole-
gentleman suitor is my cat.
If you go back and watch this interview, we actually said the name 4 times, but no one even realized it. I'm joking.
If you roll the tape back,
joking.
my gentleman suitor is.
I just want you guys to watch this.
Watch this a
multiple
million
times to
times.
get the views up.
Oh my God.
Get a watch party together and be like, "Can you piece the dots? Maybe he said who's gonna die in Game of Thrones." And
Oh my
not,
God! Stop.
We'll
Oh,
end
that's
on that.
happening
We'll end on that.
tonight.
We'll get off.
Oh,
We'll get off on this
fuck.
one real quick. You're a Game of Thrones fan.
Who do I think is gonna die?
Who is gonna die tonight on Game of
Fuck.
Thrones?
Oh God! Oh God! Oh.
First person.
I'm like emotionally picking things off of
I
the.
know.
If Daenerys Stormborn,
You think she's gonna die?
If she dies, I'm gonna.
The
kill
Mother of
myself.
Dragons is
If
gonna
she
die tonight?
dies, I'm saying if she. I don't think she's gonna die.
Okay.
I feel like people who I think are gonna die. I feel like Bran Stark is gonna die.
You think
because
Bran?
He knows
The
too
Night
much.
King is going to get
He
to him.
knows too much. He's got the mark on.
I think I think you're right. I think they're going to fail, and the Night King gets him.
I think Cersei Lannister is going to survive just because she's such a cunt.
Cersei, yeah, there'll be a battle scene. Well, I don't even know if Cersei's going to be in this episode.
I feel like Cersei's going to die and Jaime's going to live. One of them is going to.
I think the little midget dude, Tyrion, he's going to die.
I hope
he's going to
not.
become a White Walker, and he's going to kill Cersei.
That would be badass.
Because remember, he said it in the last episode. He's like, "Well, if I die, I will march down to King's Landing and rip Cersei apart." And I bet that actually happens.
my
Like he
God.
spoke it into
Stop!
existence. You ever just sit there and be like, "Oh my God, I'm thinking about Mike Cintron right now," and then Mike Cintron calls you like 10 minutes later, and you're like, "Oh my God, that is so weird."
What?
It's like that kind of thing. Exactly.
Bro.
It's some
Stop,
Inception.
I talked myself into existence. I said this yesterday. This is the first time I was ever at the Improv. I
Right.
tripped and busted my ankle. You remember me walking around with that ankle brace?
I did.
I had a fucking baseball on the side of my ankle because I talked myself into existence. I was sitting there with Vega and Brian, and I was like, I'm gonna trip. How do I do this? How do I walk up the steps? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm gonna trip. I'm gonna fall. And then I literally fucking fell as I was walking down the stage. But it's okay because then I learned, and I'm never gonna do that again.
No.
Never wearing stilettos at the Improv ever
No.
again.
Be
Ever.
comfortable.
No, I'm wearing my
I think
my curb stomping boots
you
every
should-
day,
oh,
always.
I think when you're on stage, you should be ready to run
yes,
at any moment.
always. Agreed.
That's
but
the
I'm
outfit you
short,
should
so I
wear.
wanted to feel taller, so I found shoes at work.
For sure.
It took me a year, but I found them.
No.
They work.
Yeah.
It was cool. Game of Thrones, I'm really anxious.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Go watch that. After, of course, you've supported Gonzo Radio all
Follow,
night long.
subscribe, always.
You have a show later, right?
No, not
Not
today.
tonight? Okay, no sports stuff today. But follow
Tomorrow
Gonzo
night.
Network tomorrow night,
8
Monday,
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Right
Yes.
here.
I thought something was crawling up on me. That was weird.
Try.
It's like, oh no,
oh, we gotta plug
bed
the
bugs. Anyway, yeah, let's plug the
Plug
show
the
Monday night, 8
show.
o'clock, right here, Randy, Gonzo Radio Network. Not with Randy.
Not with
I don't know why I
Randy.
said that.
Randy.
I'm like,
I was sitting with Randy.
everything
at
was
the
going
Improv.
so well during this podcast, and
then
right
you said
now I'm like,
and then
I'm breaking
Randy.
apart right
But
now
we
during the
can
credits.
Plug, next month, the 25th of May.
Yeah, get
Brass
on there.
Monkey, Brass
Plug-
Monkey
plug your next show.
Is having,
Who's on it?
Well, our headliner is going to be Richie Leese.
What? Richie Lala.
Yeah, he's going to be headlining. We've got Bretty Boop is his stage name, but Brett Lowenstern.
Brent Lowenstern
he's
up
on
in the
lineup.
house.
I think Jesse Cohen is on that. I'm waiting for Dan
Jesse
Casso to get back to
Cohen.
me. A couple other really funny people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a really
Okay,
fun
and
lineup.
what was it again? What's the date?
May 25th.
What day is
That
that?
is the last Saturday of every month, so May.
What time again?
9 p.m.
What day?
May 25th.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Last Saturday?
Last Saturday.
At Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey.
Up in Lakewell, motherfucker! So, yo, show some support to your homegirl, Sarah Cutler, and Mr. Gonzo. He will be there, and all your local comics.
why I keep doing
Richie
this.
Leese, Richie Lala.
It's a very good
He's
show.
been on TMZ.
Yes.
He's been on Comedy Central. He does festivals.
He's funny.
He used to run Funky Buddha, and then I took over. And so he's one of my mentors. You should go check that out.
It's going to be
You took over,
awesome.
and that was real.
And that's from my
and it
brewing
has been
company.
great. But yeah. Anyway,
Oh, this?
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
it's okay. It's okay, Richard. I love
This
you.
is going to be in the time capsule.
Okay,
Sarah
anything else?
Silverman's going to see this.
Anything else you need to plug?
That's it. I mean, I'm going to Denver for comedy next month.
Denver and comedy.
Denver.
If you're out there watching this in
Comedy
Denver,
next month.
go
Yeah,
check out
Denver.
Sarah. And you can catch me next Friday, as I said, Robot Brewing. We're gonna have the amazing Fresh Drunk
Oh, yeah.
Stoned group in the house. You'll love them.
Are you hosting
Definitely.
that?
I might be. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely do a spot.
That'll be fun.
Here's the great thing about that show. Next Friday at Robot, no cover.
That's fun.
No
You get to see
cover.
Fresh Drunk Stoned with no cover.
For free.
That's
A
cool.
touring comedy group that's
They're
at
really
the Improv.
fucking funny. That's
They
really
go
cool.
all over the country.
That's cool.
And
Guys,
it's
they
free.
Guys, the two people that are not watching, they sell out shows. and
They
you
sell
can
out
see it
shows.
for free. What?
So check
yeah,
it
I
out.
should go to that. I'll go
And
to that.
if you go to the, well, I was going to say some kind of thing, but we'll keep you updated with other shows coming up. And Friday night, this Friday night, 2 shows, 8 o'clock, 10:30. Come out, get fresh, get drunk, get stoned, get a good laugh. It's going to be fun. With that being said, I love you guys. Take care. Have a great Sunday sesh, and we'll see you next Sunday. Take care.